This is a very sad time in the world of hockey right now. I know many of you, I know a lot of you have heard about this many times, and many people already talked about this. But now I'm gonna get my talk about it because it's serious. 2 days ago, on August 29th, we've lost a great hockey player. And that player is Johnny Gaudreau, who is best known as Johnny Hockey. Like on August 29th, Johnny and his brother were struck and killed by a suspected drunk driver while they were cycling. They were cycling around 8 p.m. and were hit from the rear by a motorist who was attempting to pass other vehicles on a single-lane rural highway. They were dead at the scene, and the driver was arrested for suspected drunk driving and charged with death by auto. Like, he consumed 5 or 6 beers. Having them die, it's sad. Having them die too soon at a young age is even more sad. But the worst part about this is that both Johnny and Matthew were cycling to participate in their sister's wedding the next day. Like, yesterday was Katie's wedding. Like, it was supposed to be the happiest day, not only in her life, but in the life of the Gaudreau family. But instead, it has been tainted because now the only thing they gotta know is that they lost 2 people. They lost brothers. They've lost their sons. They've lost their dads. They've lost sons-in-laws. It's really sad. It's like many teams issue statements about it, and many people and many athletes in other sports are talking about it. Even politicians like the Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, the opposition leader Pierre Poilievre, and New Jersey governors Phil Murphy and Chris Christie. And not only that, but there are fan memorials outside Nationwide Arena and the Scotiabank Arena, both which are the arenas that Johnny Hockey played. It was definitely a very sad day, not only in the Gaudreau family, but also in the entire NHL sport of hockey. Like he was born on August 13th, 1993, and it had a really good hockey career. It's like he played in the USHL, and in 2011 he made the USHL All-Star game, and he was able to help his team win the Clark Cup as USHL champions. Like, already, not even at the draft, and he's already getting popular, especially since in 2010 he helped Czechia and Slovakia team win a silver medal. It's like he was so outstanding that he was awarded for being selected to the USHL All-Rookie team and the All-USHL Second Team, and he was the USHL Rookie of the Year. And in 2011, Johnny Hockey was drafted 104th overall by the Calgary Flames, and at the time he was drafted, he was 5'6", which is which is two which is 2 inches smaller than me. Like, he was one of the shortest players taken at the draft, even shorter than guys like St. Louis, Zuccarello, and Caulfield. Now, of course, he didn't start with the Calgary Flames right away, but he still continued to do great things. Because he went to the NCAA to play college hockey, and he played at Boston College. And he got 44 points in 44 games, leading all first-year students in scoring. And he was able to help Boston College win the national championship, including scoring a highlight reel goal late in the third period to help them win. Johnny Hockey was awarded the Bill Flynn Trophy as the MVP, which is like the Conn Smythe of the Hockey East Championship Tournament. And he also helped the Eagles win the Beanpot Tournament for the third year in a row, and was named the MVP after the tournament. Then after that, he was the team's star, and as he scored 51 points in 35 games. And then he led the Eagles to a Beanpot Championship yet again, and he also helped Russia win the World Junior Hockey Championship in 2013. Wait, no, the Linka Gretzky Cup and the World Junior Championship was when he was with the U.S. team, not Czechia and Slovakia and Russia. Those just arenas. So my mistake on that. And he will be awarded Hockey East Player of the Year. He was named the ACHA First Team All-American for his play, and he was a finalist for the Hobey Baker Award. In 2013. Sadly, he lost to Drew LeBlanc, but it's still really good for him. And then next season, he was able to play with his brother Matthew. Like, he continued to dominate in Boston College and NCAA in every major scoring category, scoring 80 points in 40 games. The highest production by any player in a country since 2003. And he also tied Paul Kariya's record for the Hockey East single-season scoring streak at 31 games, scoring 29 goals and 61 points during that span. He was named the league's Player of the Year for the second straight season, and he won the scoring champion for the league. And it was in the first team All-Star. And he was awarded, and he was once again a finalist for the Hobey Baker Award. This time, winning it all in 2014. And then once he finished playing Boston NCAA, he was ready to go to the NHL. Because the day after he received the Hobey Baker Award, he started his career with the Calgary Flames. Sure, the season was pretty much over, but he was already becoming a fan favorite quickly, as in the one game he played with the Flames that season, he scored his first NHL goal. Sure, they lost, but thanks to Johnny Hockey, they didn't get shut out. And then the 2014-15 season, he was on fire as he scored 24 goals, 40 assists, and 64 points in 80 games. He was already becoming the face of the franchise for the Calgary Flames, and ever since he came to the NHL, he went through the NHL All-Star game almost every year, except for 2020 and 2021, because 2020 was underwhelming. 2021 it was COVID. But every single year, and also 2024. But he was one of those players that always shows up in NHL All-Star game since year one. He scored 50 points, becoming the first Flames rookie to reach the mark since Gaudreau McGinley. And he finished the season tied for rookie scoring lead with Mark Stone. In the playoffs, it became the key piece needed for the Flames to make it back to the playoffs. And for the first time since their deep run in 2004 to the finals, the Flames won a playoff series, beating the Vancouver Canucks. But unfortunately would lose to the Ducks in the second round. But Johnny Hockey was a key part of it all, as he scored 4 goals, 5 assists, and 9 points in 11 games, which was definitely big. And he was so good that he was a finalist for the Calder Memorial Trophy, but he lost it to Aaron Ekblad. And Johnny Hockey keeps playing better for the Flames as time went on. Sure, the Flames would miss the playoffs in 2016, but Gaudreau is still doing really good there. The years keep going, and he keeps getting better and better and better. And then his best season would appear in the 2021-22 season, which would be his last season with the Calgary Flames, as he scored 40 goals, 75 assists, and 115 points in 82 games. To make it more interesting, his line mates Matthew Tkachuk and Elias Lindholm also scored 40 goals and over 100 points, which was insane. In 2017, Johnny Hockey won the Lady Byng Memorial Trophy, which is awarded to the player adjudicated to have exhibited the best type of sportsmanship and generally conduct combined with a high standard of playing ability, which is good. Besides 2015, the Flames only made the playoffs in 2017 and 2019 and 2020. All of them, most of the time, were underwhelming. But still, imagine if Johnny Hockey wasn't there. The Flames would have been worse. Johnny Hockey was the face of the franchise. 2022 and in the playoffs in 2022, he continues to go God mode, especially when he scored 3 goals, 11 assists, and 14 points in 12 playoff games. And he scored many big goals, including the overtime series winner in Game 7 against the Dallas Stars, leading the Flames to the second round of the playoffs, which would be the Battle of Alberta. I already mentioned the already have a video about that, so check that out there. Yet, like, but despite everything, Gaudreau was a free agent, and but like they tried very hard, but unfortunately for Calgary, Gaudreau would not return to Calgary. Because Johnny Hockey wanted to move closer to his family. So knowing he is a free agent, there were a lot of teams that wanted him. And what did he choose? Did he choose the Rangers, the Bruins, the Leafs? No. You may be shocked to know that in 2022, Johnny Hockey, the former face of the Calgary Flames, chose to go to Columbus. He signed a 7-year, $68.25 million contract worth almost $10 million per year with the Columbus Blue Jackets, which is the least successful franchise in the NHL. One of two places that nobody wants to go other than Winnipeg. Like, he's the player that says, I want to go to Columbus. I want to be here. Like, him choosing the Blue Jackets of all places is one thing, but it's another when he went there for less money offered by Calgary, the Devils, and the Islanders. And also Philadelphia. It becomes the biggest shock in the hockey world. And hope would arise in Columbus. It's like they got a new franchise player. They haven't had a franchise player since Artemi Panarin and Sergei Bobrovsky. And now they finally got their guy. Johnny Hockey would be the one to lead the Blue Jackets to greatness. Especially since they already had Patrick Laine. It's like the future was bright for Columbus. That's what we all thought. Yet it didn't really happen, as Columbus was like the second worst team in the league. They finished dead last in the Eastern Conference. Of course, one of the bright spots of the Blue Jackets was Johnny Hockey, as he scored 21 goals, 53 assists, and 74 points in 80 games. Which is 22 more. I mean, it's like he was literally carrying the team. And I'm serious when he means carrying team, because the Blue Jackets' second leading goal scorer was Patrick Laine with 52 points. Despite with the miserable team, the players would instantly regret it and want out. But Johnny Hockey, he didn't want out. He was still happy to be a Blue Jacket, and he wanted to stay with the Blue Jackets. And now he had his last season, which was underwhelming. As not only did the Blue Jackets suck again, but Johnny Hockey struggled a bit. Sure, he got 60 points in 81 games and almost 50 assists, but he only scored 12 goals. 12 goals, like, he was invisible in goal scoring for a month. It's like underperformance, injuries, and Patrick Laine in the player assistance program is definitely bad for Columbus. Like, and that's unfortunately when it all ends, because not only it sucks for the hockey world and the Gaudreau family, but it also sucks for the Blue Jackets. It's like losing a player is one thing, but to lose the face of the franchise, it's like the worst feeling in the world. Especially since Blue Jackets also lost Patrick Laine for Jordan Harris. It's like, seriously, the two best players for the Blue Jackets, and they're gone. Like Patrick Laine got traded, but now Johnny Hockey, the face of the franchise, the best player the Blue Jackets ever have since Artemi Panarin and Sergei Bobrovsky, is gone. Like, if anyone has suffered the worst of it, it's the Blue Jackets, because they were already suffering from the loss of Laine. Like Columbus, it's like people don't care about Columbus, but nowadays the reason why people go to Columbus games was to see Johnny Hockey. So it's like people go to Blue Jackets games just to see Johnny Hockey. It's like he was the main guy that made the Blue Jackets relevant. And now he's gone. Which is painful, because not only they lost their franchise player, but now there's like little to no reason to root for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Since all the franchise players are gone, sure, they have the Russians, but still. It's like, what hope do people have to rooting for the Blue Jackets after this? Whatever's I predicted the Blue Jackets were going to be bad, but with Johnny Hockey gone, they're going to be much worse, which is really, really sad. Especially since they're also recovering from the death of Matis Kavalinik. It's just like the worst, like losing great players. It's like the worst feeling in the world. It's like you sucked for so many years and you're failing, and then you get your franchise player destined to save the franchise, and when you finally get hope, everything's like, nope, you're gone. It's really sad. It's like Johnny Hockey has died too soon. Like he was on the decline, but he had high hopes for Columbus. He was the key piece to lead them to greatness. Like, Columbus could have made the playoffs. They could have won playoff series. They could have gone on a deep run. They could have even won the Stanley Cup. But now any hope of that is gone. To the Gaudreaus, to the Flames, to the Blue Jackets, to the entire hockey community, I am so sorry of the passing of Johnny Hockey. Like, I'm just as sad about this as you are. Like, even if Johnny Hockey was never a Ranger, he was still a really good player, and it was always exciting to see him. And the fact that a hockey legend is gone way too soon, it's just sad. Like, Like his final stat totals was big. And throughout this NHL career, Johnny Hockey scored 243 goals, 500 assists, and 743 points, and in 763 games. And in the playoffs, he was an absolute beast, as he scored 11 goals, 22 assists, and 33 points in 42 games. All these totals definitely would have increased. Johnny Hockey was easily going to be part of the 1,000 point club. But unfortunately, he was taken away from us way too soon. Now, so many fans are sad about it. And the one I feel most sad about is a YouTuber named Johnny Hockey. He's a great hockey creator that talks about hockey, knowing his channel and knowing he's a Flames fan. It's his big inspiration was Johnny Hockey. That's why he named his channel that. And to have his inspiration, his favorite player in the world, gone is the worst feeling in the world. He did put up a charity on his latest video that I will share. There is a good organization called the Mothers Against Drunk Driving. It's a charity organization that fights against drunk driving, and you have the option to donate. I will leave the link to the Mothers Against Drunk Driving in the description below, and then so you can check it out and donate. And please make your donations to Mothers Against Drunk Driving, because by donating to it, awareness and support is raised toward victims and towards helping prevent this situation, what happened to Johnny Hockey and his brother, from happening to anyone else. Because drunk driving is serious, and these lives shouldn't have been lost. It really sucks, but to Johnny Hockey, I just want to say, you will be missed by the entire hockey world. Not just Calgary fans, not just Columbus fans, but the entire hockey community. Thank you for bringing joy to the NHL. Thank you for being a kind citizen and for helping the community and everything. Hockey is a better place because of you, and what you did on and off the ice will never be forgotten. And he is gone, but he will never be forgotten. I seriously hope the Flames and the Blue Jackets gets number 13 retired in honor of Johnny Hockey, because he's the 13 in the Flames and Blue Jackets. There's never going to be another player like Johnny Hockey, and he will be missed by all of us. So rest in peace, Johnny Hockey. We will never forget you. You will always be a Hall of Famer. You will always go down as one of the greatest players in the world.